Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE that has extended the small gains we saw in yesterday's session, but extended those gains significantly today, making quite a strong rebound. Of course, you are seeing the gold miners taking charge in that rally today. The all share up almost 1.7%, that largely being carried by the financial 15, which has climbed more than 2%, and followed by the industrial 25. They were the gain of 1.58%, and the resources 10 complex up by almost a similar margin. Let's take a look at what is happening in the U.S. markets, and the investors, they're digesting the U.S. CPI print that comes a day after producer inflation for December came out. So that consumer inflation print coming out at 2.9% on an annual basis, coming in line with market expectations. We also have the U.S. fourth quarter earnings season kicking off, and we had some of the big banks at JP Morgan and Wells Fargo coming out with upside surprises on earnings. So seeing that markets have digested those quite optimistically, we do have the tech-heavy Nasdaq leading the gains, surging almost 2.5%, with a climb on the S&P 500 of 1.74%, and the Dow there edging higher by 1.66%. Let's take a look at what is happening with the European markets, and on that front, we also did have inflation figures coming out of the UK for December, coming in cooler than what markets had anticipated, and on that we do have an easing of government bond yields. So a sea of green over there as well. FTSE 100 up more than 1%, the CAC 40 with a gain of 1%, and the DAX climbing almost 1.6%. Let's take a look at the currency scene and start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. Significant strength that's coming through to the rand today, going further away from that 19 rand level against the US dollar at 18 rand 78 at the moment, against the pound at 23 rand 4 cents, and the rand against the euro at 19 rand 39. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing, starting off with the euro dollar that's standing at 1.03, pound dollar at 1.22, and the yen just above 156 against the US dollar.